Oh, God. Motherfucker!
Just shut up.
Right here!
Okay, my turn.
Righto, guys, it's a good day. Justin Trudeau has resigned in disgrace for being like an idiot globalist communist piece of shit that has run his country into the ground and is excessively taxing fucking everyone to death. In addition to that, Elon Musk is openly going after the entire UK political system, calling them all a bunch of Muslim-loving pedos, pretty much. At this point, it's pretty hard to argue that the UK political system isn't the party of Islamic rape of children, given the fact that, 250,000 British girls, or whatever it was, has been raped by Pakistani grooming gangs, and the police and media and government have pretty much just tried to hide it, rather than, actually punish, people. Even the line saying deport them, I'm more of the opinion that they should be buried under the prison, or, publicly executed, something like that. Maybe don't deport, child gang rapists that assault the children during the gang rape. Yeah, that's kind of a crime that, deserves death, in my opinion. The fact that it's gone on just so, ridiculously long. I mean, that's what you get, right? I mean, that's what you get when, you surrender and outsource all your ability to provide justice for yourself and all your ability to do violence in the form of, owning gun rights, etc., to a government. You get this sort of horrible fiasco where 250,000 British girls just get fucking raped by Pakistani grooming gangs, and the government there just does not care enough to, bring any justice to it, bring any justice to the issue, or solve the issue in any way. It also makes mass immigration politics look like absolute fucking trash, and it's very embarrassing for Keir Starmer as well, because a lot of the early case law and precedent he was trying to set was basically Islamic terrorist rights during, well, essentially persecution by the government, right? For example, his case laws that he was attempting to set were to do with the freedom of movement of Islamic terrorists during the time when they were being investigated by the law. So basically, he fought as hard as he could. He fought his little heart out in order for terrorists to have more freedom of movement while they're being investigated, Islamic terrorists. During all that, he was pretty high up. I think he was running the courts at the time of the grooming gang scandal. So it's looking like his failure as well. But anyway, what a fucking mess. What an absolute mess. The entire of the UK government, I don't know how it survives this. Reform's obviously probably going to take it, but even they're like trying to, slow paddle all the condemnation of mass immigration and all that sort of thing. So who knows where it's going to go? But the fact that Elon is drawing eyes to it, and the entire UK government now, just given the sheer amount of eyes on it, and the sheer amount of people calling for a general election, that the petition got like 3 million. Can't ignore it anymore. It's very clearly out in the open that the Labour Party is the party of Islamic mass gang rape. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So, what would immediately fix UK and Britain? Well, obviously deporting the gang rapists, etc. Ironically, in Pakistan, where they came from, the penalty for rape is death. So hopefully we could organise some sort of finding them guilty, deporting them back to Pakistan to be put to death. Like, ideally, that is what happens, and these grooming gangs are just all killed, publicly executed in Pakistan for their crimes. Like, ideally, that's what happens. I don't think it's, gonna happen. Like, it always felt a bit light to me to just say, oh, no, they're raping children and beating them during the process of raping them and gang raping them. It always felt a bit light to me to say deport them. Hopefully deport them to a country where the penalty for rape is death and they get executed publicly, hopefully a bit painfully. The fact that they weren't shot or anything during the commission of their crimes, and some of them got lenient sentences because of, hey, all cultures are equal, guys. They just thought it was child marriage. Bit out there, really. Why would you need that government? Like, the UK government is just fucked. The whole thing. The UK government colluding with the media, the public funding for the media through television licenses, the petitions to further the public funding of the media's television licenses through public funding for pensioners to receive television licenses. Like, that's a fair bit of money, given that, there's more old people than there are young people with the aging population and that sort of thing, low birth rates. It would essentially be using more taxpayer funding for the media. The media's just done a shit job. That just needs to get out of there as well. Like, it's just shit built on shit, and you don't need any of it. Just to fix it, immediate restoration of the right to self-defense and gun rights. Just outright. And then, the next step, what they will probably attempt to do, is what they've already done with some of the Southport protesters. I'm not even going to say rioters, because some of them were peaceful. They essentially didn't even give them a proper jury trial. It was sort of like a trial by council or a trial by board. That's like a common communist sort of thing to do. Because in a jury trial, like, we've already seen historically some jury trials, where a mother has murdered a rapist or or something, and then gets an extremely lenient or sentence by the jury or whatever, gets found not guilty. We've even seen it along the lines of race with like OJ, the OJ trial. Like, despite him having, you know, the victim's blood on his socks and blood in his car and all that sort of thing, he gets, you know, acquitted. So juries can, well, not in the case of OJ, but in other cases, let's say the Soghomon-Tehlirian case where he executed the perpetrators of the Armenian genocide, or at least one of the perpetrators of the Armenian genocide. Juries can get it right, and they can, what would you say, subjectively interpret facts in order to provide, you know, proper justice given the situation. They want to get rid of that. They probably want to get rid of that next. That's probably the next step. They're going to probably try and get rid of jury trials. They already sort of have with some of their, you know, absolutely dog shit hate speech laws, where they can accuse you of something online, upsetting someone online, and you don't even have the right to face your accuser. Like, that principle's already sort of, like, basically abolish the UK. Basically get America to invade the UK and take it over and install American values there. Because the UK ones are pretty fucking dog shit. Their government basically supported and, you know, hid the rape of 250,000 British young girls, pedophilic rape of 250,000 British young girls by, you know, Pakistani grooming gangs. So, the government ain't working. It's very dysfunctional. And, like, in Australia here, we're like a colony of Britain. I hope we don't go this way, but fucking hell, it's looking like we're probably going to get similar to this. We're probably going to have these fucking absolutely retarded leftists, which is, you know, how this situation got to what it was. Retarded leftists being, you know, providing restorative justice to the oppressed brown people, even though, you know, Muslims historically were slavers. Just ignore that inconvenient fact. Just ignore the inconvenient fact that, you know, Muslims are extremely chauvinistic, let's say. They tend to beat and maritally rape their women and treat them like property and all that sort of shit, and have mass raped and mass sex slaved, historically speaking. Even the profit wars, like, it was never in doubt that their values suck shit. But, yeah, where to go from here, I guess. Well, that's probably the end for mass immigration. Like, obviously the globalist, you know, cocksuckers in charge that allowed this to happen are going to try and maintain some level of control. The next thing they will probably attempt to do is scapegoat Keir Starmer, even though Keir Starmer is literally just basically a faceless, obedient minion to his party and his globalist handlers at this point. Like, he's not doing anything out of the agenda, but he's still going to, you know, get put up against the wall for it. Metaphorically speaking, they're not going to execute him yet, even though, you know, he's sort of like a one world globalist centralized, you know, government. That's the idea anyway. Oh, what a fucking mess. And like this after the Diddy files and this after the Epstein files, it's just getting really hard to trust government. They look like a bunch of fucking pedophiles, the whole fucking lot of them. And at this point, like, reasonable people are just saying, righto, just more rights for us. Absolute no to no new taxation. Absolute yes to reduction in any of the current taxes. You cunts are absolutely useless. Like, that should be the basic, you know, idea. But no, you still get leftists and they're still trying to, you know, increase the level of taxation and all this sort of thing, supposed redistribution, and this given their performance. Fucking insane. All this after, you know, COVID and the lockdowns and the mandates for jabs for government jobs, like, oh, just makes you fucking hate the government. It just makes you realise they're just trash. And like, it just makes you realise how smart the Constitution of America is. That it based its authority in Christianity, had a Bill of Rights, said this is what the government can do, this is what the government can't do. And among the things the government can't do is breach your basic rights. Freedom of speech, that sort of thing, which is under direct attack with hate speech laws and shit in the UK. But just what a fucking mess. What a bunch of retarded communists. Fuck Labor's retarded. Like, could anyone, like, predict that leftist, you know, pandering to minorities was going to reach the point where they were pandering that hard they ignored the pedophilic rape of 250,000 young British girls? Could anyone have predicted that? Like, I don't think anyone could have predicted it was going to go that far. Like, stupid leftist cuck policy was going to get to that point where it was going to allow pedophilic rape. And then, you know, try and make this, you know, cultural equivalence between Christianity and Islam at the same time. Like, and like, that's just like the Handmaid's Tale, right? For those of you who don't know anything about it, like, there's a show out there, and it's also a book, I'm pretty sure. It's called The Handmaid's Tale. It's basically about a totalitarian Christian theocracy that forces women to have children and have all their rights taken away, be treated basically as, you know, Afghanistan people. Can't own property, can't handle money, have to have specific jobs, not allowed to have other jobs, can't learn and go to university. So basically, you know, Islamic theocracy, current day Afghanistan, current day what Syria is turning into. But, like, the whole thing was the writer's so fucking retarded and cowardly. She didn't want to go after Islam, so she made it Christian, even though... And that just fucking infuriates me. Like, that just makes me irrationally angry, especially towards, like, retarded feminist Marxist and atheist women. Like, first of all, you fucking cunts, you don't even need to create your dystopia. It already exists in most Islamic theocracies under Islam. Like, just have the balls to put Islam in your art. Don't make it Christianity out of some fucking retarded straw man when there's, like, absolutely... There's zero overlap in any of the values. Secondly, like, there's just a major difference between Islam and Christianity. It's just a false comparison to even go close to drawing an equivocation between the two, between Christianity and Islam. The central figure of Christianity, Jesus, was not a pedophile. He didn't rape women. He didn't sexually torture women by raping them after he killed their husbands. He didn't enslave them. He didn't enslave men either. And he didn't enslave women for sex. All of which you will find Muhammad did or condoned during the prophetic wars, or whatever they were called. He didn't murder, he didn't rob people, he didn't torture people to get their money, he didn't execute prisoners and civilians. Yeah, just basically to the feminists, get your religion right, you fucking retard atheist feminist Marxist cunts. Thirdly, to in any way imply a Christian country, Christian majority country like America, saying women should be accountable and not be promiscuous and try not to have abortions, and definitely do not have abortions late term where it's basically a baby. It's not unreasonable, and it's not, you know, totalitarian to just have that. Like, it's definitely not, you know, stoning women to death for adultery. So, you know, just shut the fuck up. But, like, to imply that it is through art is just an extremely good argument to take away women's voting rights again. Like that, they would even make this absolutely fucking retarded, ridiculous straw man of Christianity by portraying it as what Islam basically is. I'm pretty sure the author was actually inspired by Iran, by the religious theocracy in Iran, when she wrote it, but she just portrayed it as a, Christian religion because I don't know if she's a coward or if she's like just a fucking retard. I don't know why she did it, but it's just like a illogical way of thinking. And it's not just the art in itself, because there's good art, there's bad art, whatever. I'm not making the argument take away people's right to express themselves in art. The problem is it's just built off this media narrative and this, propagandistic education in universities. And this is one that, like, recently could have cost Americans their, like, free speech online and their gun rights. Like, women who believe this shit voted for Kamala. Kamala flip-flopped on two extremely important issues. The first was, like, free speech online and censoring mis- and disinformation, which is outright attacking the First Amendment in America. And the second was the gun rights, the Second Amendment. She flip-flopped on that as well. Just stupid, retarded feminist women, by voting for her, nearly voted away two rights in the American Bill of Rights. And women overwhelmingly voted for Kamala as well. Like, if that is anything, that is a serious indictment on women's historical literacy, basic comprehension, and logic. That is a fast track to totalitarianism that women voted for en masse, partly due to the false narrative that's portrayed in art like this. Just a retarded straw man. It's absolutely incorrect. Yeah, but it's just fucking insane to me that they did. They all did it. And look, if you're gonna create... We've already had Christian theocracies. That's what we all live under in the West. Basic law is fucking basically the Ten Commandments. Don't fucking murder, don't steal, don't commit fraud, don't bear false witness. That... You're trying to say, like, Christian theocracy is going to be basically Islam, and women are going to have all their rights and shit taken away. We're living under Christian theocracy now in the free West, with, regular constitutional law and the American Bill of Rights and all that sort of thing. That is already a Christian theocracy. That is already an executed Christian theocracy. Have you noticed how well it works? And then to try and paint what that is as not Christian theocracy, as some sort of, secular atheist philosophy, even though it's not. The closest you've gotten to secular atheist philosophies have been absolute fucking disasters in Russia under communism and absolute disasters in China under, communism. But it just fucking blows me up. So you're gonna take Islam, observations of Islam in Iran during the Iranian Revolution, during a time where, like, Iran and Iraq were at fucking war, and Islam was used there to basically mass send civilians to their deaths. Like, I forget who it was, I think it was Qmee, when he was warring with Iraq. He gave them all a plastic key, and it was the key to the afterlife. And you were granted eternal paradise if you fought the non-believers or whatever, which was Iraq at the time. And a bunch of fucking civilians just got killed just like that. A bunch of kids too. And you're going to take that ideology, and you're going to take Christianity, which has created the successful free West, which abolished slavery in England and abolished slavery in America. and you're gonna put those on top of each other. It's fucking retarded. It's so fucking stupid. Oh my god. Like, it's just really gotta make you think how dumb feminist women are. That they would, you know, think about that. Of course they're dumb. Look what they're doing. Like, you will know them by their deeds, is like a famous Christian line. When they're killing babies in late-term abortion, when it fully resembles a baby, when they're like crushing it apart and like ripping it apart inside their wombs, dismembering it, and basically you can look at a late-term aborted baby, it's fucking horrible. It's like a dismembered baby in a tray. It's like one of the worst crimes you'll see. And they're supporting that blindly. You've seriously got to consider, like, okay, are these feminist women just fucking evil? Like, no argument that they're fucking retarded. They're as dumb as they come. They have sided, logically speaking, with Islam. You literally have some feminists wearing hijabs and niqabs and saying it's about women empowerment. You literally have that. It's just fucking insane. It's insane to me. Handmaid's Tale's absolute fucking bullshit. Islam's bullshit. The Labour Party in the UK is bullshit. Yeah. And thank God Justin Trudeau stood down in Canada. Hopefully Canada can reform itself, re-expand its gun rights, etc. I'm not hopeful. I don't think there's going to be many politicians that will push for that. Hopefully they can. Like, that will be the way to go to fix everything. But we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Couple of bits of good news, and The Handmaid's Tale is absolute fucking horseshit.
Damn it. Got you.
No! Behind that truck! Hands off, wolf!
Now what? See anything? Fuck. Shit. Stay focused.